strictly a newcomer. I retired here essentially 5 years ago.
Elsie, Sullivan, and Bill Marsden may have different origin stories, but their roots are planted in the township of Stanstead, Quebec. And they demonstrate that with the time and determination that they've dedicated to the restoration of Fitch Bay's St. Mathias Anglican Church.
Well, you know, it was one of those things. I looked at this church and I said, you know, it's a blight on the community. It was.
That's true.
And it was almost offensive to look at. All the outside buttresses were rotten. The building was beginning to push out. The foundation was completely broken up and caving in. They had torn down the original entrance and parked this great big box which hadn't been taken care of, and there were literally trees growing out of the roof of the box. And the place was in total and utter disrepair. A group of citizens 4 years ago got together and said, listen, let's save this church.
We just looked and we said, we can't let this go to nothing.
And so the citizens in question went about saving the church, which was no easy task. First, they had to raise the funds.
A committee that was formed called Heritage Fitch Bay of 12 people who got together and said, hey, let's do this. And then they visited their friends and their neighbors and held meetings with people, etc. And over time raised enough money to make this happen. One of the remarkable things about it was really that there isn't a cent of government money in this restoration project. This is all private money, more than $350,000 put together by the citizens, $20, $100, thousands of dollars, various people contributing this, that, and the other, all have come together to try to save this building.
Then they had to plan the repairs.
Because this building had to be lifted like 15 feet up. The foundation had to be torn out. A new foundation with drainage and everything, proper drainage, etc., had to be built and poured. And then the church had to be lowered, and all of this had to be done before the winter set in. So it was a very fast project at that stage.
With most of the structural repairs now done, the group can begin to imagine what the site will bring to the community and how its heritage will be preserved.
Well, this was a social center. It was where the Ladies Guild had their Thanksgiving services, their Easter services, their dinners. It was where everyone met.
Our ultimate plan is to take the building next door, which also belongs to the church, and turn it into a community center. And we're going to be repairing that. And there'll be gardens in between the two buildings, cafe and what have you. Out here there'll be parking and gardens. And it will become a community center. We'll have concerts here and various community meetings, events, that sort of thing.
This renovation is a community project in every sense of the word. From the first initiative, to raising the money, to the work and craftsmanship contributed to the project.
You know, we've been very lucky to have people in our community who are, there are a lot of professional people here, carpenters, cabinet makers, that sort of thing, who have come together to help us. And that front door was made by a cabinet maker here. And basically he did it for half the price. The person who designed the garden did it for free. So yes, there is a lot of community commitment to it, particularly now that they see that it's happening.
And that's what Bill, Elsie, and the entire Heritage Fitch Bay Committee hoped for.
At least save this church, and hopefully that'll be a catalyst for other people in the area to beautify the place and to restore their own homes. And in fact, that's what's happening now.